The Pine, Old Zhing-wauk, by Omishkobuhgoqua. Read by Frank Blissett. A long time ago, all the tribes went south, southing, as they call it, to have a council about giving up medicine-making. Word was sent to all to come, and all the prophets came. Some of the Indians thought medicine-making was wrong and did not want it, but others did. It was their way of revenging themselves, and if anyone was suspected of being able to do it, he was feared by all. If the parents of a young man asked the parents of a young girl for her in marriage, they did not dare refuse, for fear he would do some mischief to them. So a great many times a girl had to marry a man she did not want to marry, which was wrong. But it was their way. They knew no better. At this council they were to destroy all poisonous bad medicines and keep good ones. A big fire was burning all the time, and the people threw the medicines into it. Some had big medicines round their necks, and some had small ones. They were all sorts of things, feathers, bones, hair, and such things. Those that did this had to go and bathe in the river every day. Even little babies tied in cradles were bathed. No one was compelled to do it, but it was like baptism, a change, and all joined a band of those who did it. One old man, Zhing-wauk, and his wife lived down near here when we were children. We were afraid of him, and I guess he was bad. He was lame, and his wife was blind, and I used to see them in their bark canoe, he guiding and she paddling. The way he became lame was by making bad medicine, and it was this way. He wanted to do mischief to someone, so he put on the skin of a bear and went to the lodge where a number of people were, among them the person he wanted to have revenge on. These people who can do medicine can put everybody to sleep. There was one who was not asleep in the lodge, and he saw the door open and a bear come in, belching fire. He knew he was up to some mischief, and was very brave and seized the bear. Zhing-wauk begged to be let go, but this brave man would not let him. So they struggled and finally got out of the lodge and fought outside. The old fellow got away after a while and was lame ever after. He became worse as time went on, had to use a cane, and then could not get along at all. He died and was buried over on West Neebish, near the river Omishkobuhgoqua. Once some French woman, part Indian, came down burying and camped on the west shore. They did not know he was buried there. They went to sleep, and in the middle of the night were wakened by an awful noise. There are no wild animals to make a noise around there, and they were dreadfully frightened, so they just pulled up stakes and went away. When the old woman heard of it, she said, "Why, that was my old man. It was to be expected that he would be walking around his grave." She lived to be 100, I guess, and was taken care of by a half-breed woman. She was as jolly as could be, always cheerful and laughing. And yet all was dark to her. She could see nothing. Finally she died, but I do not think they took the trouble to bring her down and bury her near her old man. That was The Pine, Old Zhing-wauk, by Omishkobuhgoqua. Read by Frank Blissett.